Hola, ¿qué tal amigos de Vente a Canadá? Estamos nuevamente con Kyle Broda de Integra Immigration Services y vamos a hablar sobre un tema importante que es el Federal Skilled Workers Program. Thank you, Kyle, for being with us again. Please introduce yourself and also tell us a little bit about this program.
Sure. So my name's Kyle Broda. I'm with Integra Canadian Immigration Services. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and the Federal Skilled Worker Program is definitely one of the most popular immigration programs for Canada. The minimum requirements of this, of course, are that a person needs to have a certain language score. Now, that is a CLB 7 at a minimum. The person also needs to have at least 1 year of continuous work experience at a NOC OAB level. So NOC O means someone who works as an executive or the boss of a company or in some administrative role like that. NOC A would be a professional person, so maybe an accountant or a lawyer or something like that. And a NOC B profession would be specialized work, so it could be a welder, a carpenter, or that type of job.
Oh, that's interesting. Now, a quick question. You mentioned a little bit about the requirements. English. What about English? Is it important?
It is essential. It's one of the minimum requirements. If a person doesn't, speaking English and reaching a CLB 7 are of course different. A CLB 7 is an upper intermediate level of English as measured through an IELTS exam. So it's not just somebody who can say hello, how are you, and that sort of thing. It's a really important language score to get. And even if a person is the best doctor in the whole world, if that person does not meet those language requirements, they're not going to get accepted into this program because they wouldn't meet the minimum requirements.
Really, that's interesting. Now, a quick question. What other things would you recommend for a person who wants to apply to this program to become a permanent resident of Canada?
Sure. So the first thing, of course, is to get it's to get an assessment. So if this is the perfect program for a person, of course, that's what we would take a look at. Now, it's important to remember as well that the Federal Skilled Worker Program goes through express entry. So a person, of course, has to make a profile to begin with, and they need to have the language score, the experience, and all that, of course. And I would strongly suggest just to not meet the minimum requirements, to exceed those minimum requirements. So in terms of language score, the person would need to get the best language score possible, really. And remember that French is accepted as well. So if a person doesn't speak English at all, but speaks French fluently or at an upper intermediate level, then they would still get those same points as well. But a little tip for everybody out there, if you are going to concentrate on getting more points in the CRS point system in order to immigrate, and maybe you're at a CLB 7 right now for English, and you want to study French to get a CLB 4 to get some extra points, I would strongly recommend that you stick with English and move that CLB 7 to a CLB 9, because that will get you an additional 93 points in the CRS point system. So that might put you up above the cutoff to receive an invitation to apply for immigration through the Federal Skilled Worker Program.
Now, we've heard about in previous webinars that the province of Quebec has different programs. Would this program apply to Quebec?
This does not apply to Quebec. So when a person's applying under these federal programs, they cannot intend to live in Quebec. Quebec has their own system for this, and it's very similar as well, except the person would have to, there are a lot of programs for Quebec, but in terms of the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the person can live anywhere in Canada that he wants.
Oh, that's interesting.
Other than Quebec, of course.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Well, thank you very much, Kyle. Now, if anybody else has any further questions about this or any other programs, you can feel free to contact Kyle. The website will be appearing on your screen, so you can contact them. And also, what is the best email so they can reach you?
info@integraimmigration.com.
Well, thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you very much, guys, for visiting our webinar. So please like our Facebook page. Also follow our YouTube videos so you can keep up to date with the most relevant information on how to immigrate to Canada. Thank you. Have a good one.